Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, Reno Air Racing Association seeking venue for future air races. JetIt reportedly closing down. NASA Inspector General audit impugns SLS rocket. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Reno Air Racing Association seeking venue for future air races. The Reno Air Racing Association is now accepting bids from airports and localities seeking to partner with the organization for purpose of hosting future air racing events. Last March, the Reno Air Racing Association's Board of Directors regretfully announced that 2023's 59th National Champion Air Races, spanning September 13th through 17th, are to be the last held at Reno, Nevada's Reno-Stead Airport. In a letter addressed, quote, to our loyal fans and passionate community, end quote, the race's board of directors stated, quote, while we knew this day might come, we had hoped it wouldn't come so soon, end quote. The beloved event's death knell was sounded by the Reno-Tahoe Airport Authority, which alleged the region's significant 21st century growth precluded safe air racing. Across the world, aviation in all its forms, from business jets to Part 121 air carriers to air shows, have been targeted by climate zealots bent on reducing mankind's aerial exploits to kite flying. Reno Air Racing Association Chairman and CEO Fred Telling set forth, quote, we're thankful for all of the interest we've already received from prospective sites and look forward to an exciting RFP process, end quote. The only event of its kind across the wide world, the annual air racing series attracts tens of thousands of global patrons and has, since its 1964 inception, supplemented Nevada's economy with upwards of $100 million. And coming up after the break, Diamond DA-62 SurveyStar joins Regal Test Aircraft Fleet.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Diamond DA-62 SurveyStar joins Regal Test Aircraft Fleet. Regal has announced it was to become the first Austrian operator of the DA-42 successor, Diamond Aircraft's new DA-62 SurveyStar. The ease with which the entirety of Regal's high-end airborne laser scanners and systems were fitted to the new aircraft evince the close cooperation by which the two companies' long relationship has been characterized. For 15 years, Regal has operated Diamond Aircraft's DA-42 GeoStar, a special mission aircraft optimized for aerial measurement and survey. Blue Origin to build Artemis V moonlander. The American astronauts to venture to the moon's surface during NASA's planned 2029 Artemis V mission will do so aboard a lunar lander designed and built by Blue Origin. While NASA announced the award of the $3.4 billion Artemis V lunar lander contract, the space agency was uncharacteristically reticent vis-a-vis the deal specifics. Blue Origin's Blue Moon lander remains under development, and it, or an evolution thereof, may be the vehicle by which the Artemis V moonwalkers are conveyed to and from the lunar surface. ALPA Prez rebuffs idea of rolling back 1,500-hour rule. Speaking before the Aero Club of Washington, ALPA's Jason Ambrosi touched on some of their upcoming battles, from safety requirements to increasing student funding. Overall, his message was an interesting piece of insight. Of note, the ALPA is not too keen on rocking the boat, with Ambrosi reiterating his support for the current regulatory landscape. That means that reduced hourly requirements, increased retirement ages, and relaxed job requirements are probably not going to see Ambrosi's and the ALPA's support anytime soon. FAA issues radio altimeter 5G SAIB. The FAA has issued a Special Airworthiness Information Bulletin AIR 2118R3 Titled Risk of Potential Adverse Effects on Radio Altimeters, the document pertains to radio altimeters and the imminent debut of 5G wireless broadband networks across the U.S. and Canada. Subject SAIB is informational in nature. Compliance with the recommendations set forth therein is prudent but wholly elective. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. JetIt reportedly closing down. North Carolina-based charter and fractional ownership concern JetIt, the world's 12th largest private jet operator by the metrics of charter and fractional flight hours, is reportedly shuttering its flight operations. On May 19th, JetIt initiated a safety stand-down in the wake of a May 18th Summerville, South Carolina runway excursion involving a private Honda jet operator. On May 26, JetIt informed its employees by way of letter that the company was closing down and their jobs were permanently terminated. Over the ensuing days, JetIt CEO Glenn Gonzalez allegedly offered fractional owners of the company's HondaJet, Gulfstream G150, and Embraer Phenom 300 aircraft 4 equally unattractive options. 1. Be patient with us. 2. Customers' airplanes may be transferred to alternative operator certificates. 3. Customers' airplanes may be sold. 4. Owners may operate their aircraft by contracting furloughed JetIt pilots directly. Some JetIt fractional owners were reportedly provided estimates of their aircraft's current market values. Mr. Gonzalez has ascribed blame for his company's failure to HondaJet exclusively, claiming the plane maker's Honda HA420 HondaJet is inherently flawed. Gonzalez cited a total of 20 runway overrun or runway incursion instances involving HondaJet since the model's 2015 introduction. Mr. Gonzalez's allegations were subsequently condemned by the HondaJet Owners and Pilots Association, a group representing HondaJet owners. Coming up after these messages, NASA Inspector General audit impugns SLS rocket.
Unbridled passion, unequaled performance, unlimited possibilities.
HARTZELL Aviation, you are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing HARTZELL Aviation, leading general aviation companies united by the HARTZELL guiding principle of built on honor, a commitment to uphold the highest standards in quality, performance, and support. HARTZELL Propeller, HARTZELL Engine Tech, HARTZELL Aerospace Welding. We are HARTZELL Aviation.
Now boarding at HARTZELLaviation.com.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.
Welcome back. NASA Inspector General audit impugns SLS rocket. The first unmanned SLS launch was made on November 16, 2022. Past successes notwithstanding, the SLS program as of May 2023 is north of $6 billion over budget and more than 6 years behind schedule, so states a scathing new audit undertaken by NASA's Inspector General. Worse still, the Inspector General's report portends additional costs and schedule increases which, if left uncorrected, are apt to jeopardize the Artemis program's very existence. By the planned 2025 launch of NASA's Artemis III mission, the one slated to put astronauts' boots down in the vicinity of the lunar South Pole, the agency's total spending on the Artemis program is expected to have surpassed $93 billion, including $23.8 billion given over to the development of the SLS system through 2022. Designed and manufactured by United Launch Alliance, a consortium comprising Lockheed Martin Space and Boeing Defense, Space and Security, the SLS burns up 4 Aerojet Rocketdyne RS-25 liquid-fuel cryogenic rocket engines with every launch. The engines, formerly known as Space Shuttle main engines, each produce some 418,000 pounds thrust at liftoff. As SLS rockets and the entirety of the components therein are wholly expendable, the inevitable expenditure of the final extant RS-25 engine will see NASA fit the SLS with Aerojet Rocketdyne's RS-25E rocket engines, RS-25 variants ostensibly 11% more powerful and 30% cheaper than the legacy engines. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.